Please welcome Richard Snyder. Secrets of a long, happy marriage. Secrets of a long, happy marriage. Richard Snyder.
By a show of hands, how many of you are married? Thank you. Some just aren't willing to admit it. My wife and I celebrated our 25th anniversary last June. And several friends asked me, Richard, what's the secret to a long, happy marriage? Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and anyone who's ever been married or will get married in the future. To be honest, I've never really given it a thought. My wife and I, we've weathered some storms. We're from different cultures. She was born and raised in Mexico. I was born and raised in the USA. So we've had some cultural differences and some language differences. We've weathered the storm. We've celebrated 25 years. But if I were to look at Hollywood, I'd probably compare our marriage more like I Love Lucy, Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz with their madcap zaniness, working through the language differences and cultural differences than, say, for example, the idyllic marriage of the Nelsons, Ozzie and Harriet. But we've had some good times. And so I came up with 4 secrets to a long, happy marriage. Number 1, you need to establish early on, who's the boss? I sat my fiance down and I said, you know what? Hopefully we're going to have kids. And it'll be so confusing if there's 2 bosses, if there's 2 messages. So we need to have one boss. I wear the pants. I'm the man. I should be the boss. Well, she wasn't too happy about that. But she came around eventually to the idea. Once I got that, I said, okay, I'll make all the big decisions and I'll leave the small decisions to you. I don't like to brag, but in over 25 years of marriage, I haven't made one big decision yet. But I'm ready. Number 2, quit taking it personally. Shortly after getting married, my wife and I went to Mexico to meet her family. Wow, it's a large family. She has 9 brothers and sisters. She asked me, what would you like in Mexico? Is there anything special? Well, I don't generally drink, but I like to experience culture. So I said, you know what? I've never had tequila. I'd like some honest to goodness, authentic Mexican tequila. So one day she said, I'm going to go to the store. Would you like to go? Well, I was thinking, I don't really want to go to the store. I'd like to go for a run. But I said, just a reminder, if you find some tequila, could you get some? Well, she came back a little later, produced the tequila, showed her father. Look what I got for my husband. My father-in-law thought for a moment. Good trade. When I came back about 15, 30 minutes later, my poor father-in-law, he was so despondent. Does this mean we have to return the tequila? Well, I was very upset for a few days. My wife, seeing my sadness, said, do you know what this is? I said, sure, it's a Q-tip. Do you know what it stands for? No, I use it to clean my ears. Quit taking it personally. Move on. So number 2, quit taking it personally. Number 3, learn to laugh and have fun. Life is short. My wife and I would go to her Christmas parties, office parties, and she'd introduce me. And invariably they would ask, oh, Mr. Snyder, are you an accountant like your wife? And she would invariably say, no, he's a no account. Again, my wife is learning English. Well, after a few times, she shortened it to, this is my husband, a no account. And then finally she decided, I'm going to shorten a little bit more. This is my no account husband. Well, after that, several times when I would call the office, I could hear them yell, Syra, your no account husband's on the phone. And everyone laughed. Learn to laugh, have fun, even if it's at your own expense. Life is short. And number 4, learn to compromise. That's what marriage is all about, really. As we were getting close to our 25th anniversary, I told my wife, we should celebrate. Let's splurge a little bit. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, event. We don't know if we're going to be lucky to make our 50th. And she said, yeah, you can sure say that again. Well, I said, looking at our cars, and we've had them for a while, why don't we get a new car? She said, you know what? I've had to put up with you for 25 years. I think I deserve something really special. I've never had a mink coat, something I can wear and go out and glamour and show my friends. Well, I thought about it. And I thought, it's true. It'd be nice, but we could still use that new car. So we argued. We went back and forth for a few days. And then we compromised. We got the mink coat, but we keep it in the garage. Now, I asked my mother recently, she's been married to 2 men, including my father, for almost 60 years. I said, Mom, what's the secret to a long, happy marriage? And she said, you know what? In general, I'm not sure I know. But in your case, I can tell you, any woman that would put up with you for 25 years is a saint. So fellow Toastmasters, secrets of a long, happy marriage, established early on. Who's the boss? Quit taking it personally. Learn to laugh and have fun. And learn to compromise. And if those 4 secrets don't work, do what I did and marry a saint. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Richard.